सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्। कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्। ॐ अथ द्वितीयोऽध्यायः। अर्जुन उवाच स्थितप्रज्ञस्य का भाषा समाधिस्तस्य केशव स्थितधीः किं प्रभाषेत किमासीत व्रजेत किम्।
श्रीभगवानुवाच प्रजहाति यदा कामान् सर्वान् पार्थमनोगतान् आत्मन्येवात्मना तुष्टः स्थितप्रज्ञस्तदुच्यते।
दुःखेष्वनुद्विग्नमनाः सुखेषु विगतस्पृहः वीतरागभयक्रोधः स्थितधीर्मुनिरुच्यते।
सर्वनत्रानभिष्टेहः तत्तत्प्राप्य शुभाशुभम् नाभिनन्दति न द्वेष्टि तस्य प्रज्ञा प्रतिष्ठिता।
यदा संहरते चायं कूर्मोऽङ्गानीव सर्वशः इन्द्रियाणीन्द्रियार्थेषु तस्य प्रज्ञा प्रतिष्ठिता।
विषया विनिवर्तन्ते निराहारस्य देहिनः रसवर्जं रसोऽप्यस्य परं दृष्ट्वा निवर्तते।
अपि कौन्तेय पुरुषस्य विपश्चितः इन्द्रियाणि प्रमाथीनि हरन्ति प्रसभं मनः।
सर्वाणि संयम्य युक्त आसीत मत्परः वशे हि यस्य इन्द्रियाणि तस्य प्रज्ञा प्रतिष्ठिता।
ध्यायतो विषयान् पुंसः सङ्गस्तेषूपजायते सङ्गात् सञ्जायते कामः कामात् क्रोधो विजायते।
क्रोधात् भवति सम्मोहः सम्मोहात् स्मृतिविभ्रमः स्मृतिभ्रंशात् बुद्धिनाशः बुद्धिनाशात् प्रणश्यति।
रागद्वेषवियुक्तैस्तु विषयानिन्द्रियैश्चरन् आत्मवश्यैर्विधेयात्मा प्रसादमधिगच्छति।
प्रसादे सर्वदुःखानां हानिरस्योपजायते प्रसन्नचेतसो यासु बुद्धिः पर्यवतिष्ठते।
नास्ति बुद्धिरयुक्तस्य न चायुक्तस्य भावनः न चावाभयतः शान्तिरशान्तस्य कुतः सुखम्।
इन्द्रियाणां विचरतां यन्मनोनुविधीयते तदस्य हरति प्रज्ञां वायुर्नावमिमांसि।
तस्माद्यस्य महाबाहो निगृहीतानि सर्वशः इन्द्रियाणीन्द्रियार्थेभ्यः तस्य प्रज्ञा प्रतिष्ठिता।
या निशा सर्वभूतानां तस्यां जागर्ति संयमी यस्यां जागृति भूतानि सा निशा पश्यतो मुनेः।
आपूर्यमाणमचलप्रतिष्ठं समुद्रमापः प्रविशन्ति यद्वत् तद्वत्कामायं प्रविशन्ति सर्वे स शान्तिमाप्नोति न कामकामी
विहाय कामान्यः सर्वान् पुमांश्चरति निःस्पृहः निर्ममो निरहङ्कारः स शान्तिमधिगच्छति
एषा ब्राह्मी स्थितिः पार्थ नैनां प्राप्य विमुह्यति स्थित्वा स्यामन्तकालेऽपि ब्रह्मनिर्वाणमृच्छति ॐ Okay, 3 places in chanting, just be a little aware. First one is number 61 shloka. तानि सर्वाणि संयम्य युक्त आसीत मत्परः वशे हि यस्येन्द्रियाणि is wrong. वशे हि यस्येन्द्रियाणि तस्य प्रज्ञा. So he has to be hrasva. Second place. 65. प्रसादे सर्वदुःखानां हानिरस्योपजायते प्रसन्नचेतसो ह्याशु. That is wrong. Who is hrasva? प्रसन्नचेतसो ह्याशु बुद्धिः पर्यवतिष्ठते. Second place. Third one. या निशा सर्वभूतानां तस्यां जागर्ति संयमी यस्यां जाग्रति भूतानि. That is wrong. भूतानि hrasva. यस्यां जाग्रति भूतानि सा निशा पश्यतो मुनेः. Okay, some of this hrasva and dirgha, please take care. Okay. So, in the last week, in the last class, we were in detail looking, rather 2 classes we were in detail looking at the main, what we call as hierarchy, how it goes, how it moves from one to the next. So from a small thought, Vishaya, it can go up to straight away that you lose your human nature and you become animal-like. Okay, so the 2 shlokas 62 and 63. ध्यायतो विषयान् पुंसः संगः तेषु उपजायते संगात् संजायते कामः कामात् क्रोधो विजायते क्रोधात् भवति सम्मोहः सम्मोहः सम्मोहात् स्मृति विभ्रमः स्मृति भ्रंशात् बुद्धिनाशः बुद्धिनाशात् प्रणश्यति. So very clearly how one leads to the other we can understand here. Knowing this, is it enough? No. It is very clear that we have to use this. Just knowing this fact is of no use unless we utilize this knowledge, which means this first part, that is the 62nd shloka, that is where some return can happen very easily. If you are very, very alert here, the effort required to progress is very less. But in case it passes this 62 shloka and enters the 63, then your effort becomes very, very high, even if you know. Otherwise, normally what we will say, I am like that only. Someone who is short-tempered, what is it? That is my nature. But that is my nature is incorrect. Then you don't have any purushartha, right? If you say that is my nature, that means I have accepted I don't have purushartha, I don't have a will, I have no control, I am a slave of all these things, and it will just continue and I will be like an animal. Correct? So you have degraded yourself like an animal, purushartha ayogyata, if you allow this to happen. Choice is perfectly in your hand, whether to work on it or whether to simply say that anyway Krishna has told this will lead to that, this will lead to that. So yeah, it is happening exactly like that. Krishna is correct. That doesn't require our buddhi. Krishna is always correct. We don't require to have testimony about Krishna, justify what Krishna has told. But if we are not using it, it is going to be our own loss, and a big loss forever. Okay. Why? It is not going to end only in this Janma. Huh? It is going to get carry forward next Janma. This nature of mind in this Janma is going to get carry forward in the next Janma. Correct? How is it carrying forward in the next Janma? And that is what the next shloka is actually telling what happens. Ragadvesha viyuktaistu vishayan indriyaischaran atmavashyir videyatma prasadam adhigacchati. Ragadvesha viyuktaistu vishayan indriyaischaran atmavashyir videyatma prasadhamadhigacchati. Okay, let us see the Pada Vibhaga and Anvaya. 1 minute. Okay. Ragaha, Dveshaha, Viyuktaihi tu. Ragaha, Dveshaha, Viyuktaihi tu. Vishayan, Indriyaihi, Charan, Atmavashyaihi, Vidheya, Vidheyatma, Vidheya Atma, Vidheyatma, Prasadam, Adhigacchati. Okay. Ragadveshaha Viyuktaihi. It will be one word. Ragadvesha Viyuktaihi. Okay. Ragena cha dveshena cha Viyuktaihi. Okay. Ragena Ragabhyam Ragaihi Dveshaihi Viyuktaihi. I don't have one raga and one dvesha. I have many. It is filled. Correct? So, with many ragas and with many dveshas, Viyuktaihi or Vimuktaihi, both are correct. If I am Mukti, Visheshena Mukti, okay, Vishayan Indriyaihi Charan, Atmavashyaihi Vidheyatma, Prasadam Adhigacchati. Now he says the secret how to get prasada. Okay, prasadam adhigacchati. तुमको प्रसाद कैसा ज्यादा मिलेगा. So don't consider 64th shloka that if I chant this and if I go to the temple I will get more laddus. Prasadam adhigacchati. No, it is not for temple laddus. Prasadam adhigacchati. No. Okay, we will see what is the Anvaya and then go ahead. Vidheyatma. If you all are writing, you can. Especially grammar students will be interested now. Vidheyatma tu ragadvesha viyuktaihi. Vidheyatma tu ragadvesha viyuktaihi atmavashyaihi indriyaihi vishayan charan prasadam adhigacchati. Okay, I'll repeat it once more. Can see some writing at least. Good. Because the moment you see it in the right way, the meaning comes out very clearly. If the meaning comes out clearly, then it is very easy to understand. Vidheyatma tu ragadvesha viyuktaihi or vimuktaihi atmavashyaihi indriyaihi vishayan charan prasadam adhigacchati. Very, very simple and nice one. Vidheyatma. What is Vidheyatma? Atma means mind. Vidheya, which has the Paripurna Jnanam, which has a clear focus. Vidheyatma. Indeed, tu Ragadvesha Vimuktaihi. By completely managing, channelizing, being the master of ragadvesha and becoming vimuktaihi, visheshena muktaihi, being completely free from them, from your own ragadvesha, atmavashyaihi, atmavashyaihi indriyaihi, that mastery or enslaving your own indriyas. By being the pakka master of your indriyas, vishayan charan. For what? Mastery over what? Because indriyahi vishayan charan. This indriyahi, my five indriyas, they are always going towards vishayan charan, towards the object. Okay. Prasadam adhigacchati. And if that I do, I will get paripurna prasadam. Looks a little vague, but if you understand it clearly, that the person who has self-mastered, I will read it. The person who has self-mastered to handle his own ragadvesha or her own ragadvesha and becomes completely free from that, who has mastery over his own jnanendriyas which are going towards the vishayas, that person prasadam adhigacchati, will always get maximum mental equipoise. Prasadam here means mental equipoise, equanimous mind, very, very calm mind. Adhigacchati. Okay. Right. Which means what? Vishayan Indriya Charan, very clearly they have told us. Nowhere the Shastra is telling you close your eyes, close your ears, close everything and sit in a cave and then don't do anything. No. If you know to handle it, it is like when we are children, our parents hold our hands and teach us how to cross the road. Then we become little elderly and then we are cautious and we cross the road. Later on, we can be talking to anyone and still cross the road with all the knowledge how to cross the road. Right? So, my indriyas will have to be charan on vishayas. There is no option of no indriyas going to vishaya. Why? Outside us, the vishayas are always there. The indriyas are bahirmukha, will continue to go there. The question is, am I a slave to it or are they my slave? If they are my slave, then I am the master. I have no problem on it. But if I am their slave, then I have fallen a trap as per the earlier two shlokas. From the Vishayas, Krodhat Bhavati, it ends up to Pranashyati. If I am the master, if I am the Swami, then perfectly okay. Let them keep going. I will stand, as that very matured parent stands on one side and sees the child crossing, whether the child is crossing properly or not, but not coming in between and keeping the remote control of the child. Having the confidence that the child knows, the child has learned, I have taught the child is very clearly aware, will follow it and then stands and sees how nicely the child is crossing. Like that, this master has to see that Indriyas will go to Vishaya. Is it getting stuck there? Or it is just passing through it and keep moving? Doesn't matter. If it is that is happening, let it continue to happen. Because that is what its job is. It will keep doing. That means nothing is coming to my mind. They are all happening at the Indriya level. Sense control is there perfect. Mind is very equipoised because it doesn't become a garbage bag. I am open. Whoever wants, come and put your kachra. whatever wants, come and put your kachra. That is not there. Okay, when that input has stopped, you know, when you see, when we do a homa or when we do a yajna, you first put some fire. Then you are supposed to put some fuel to it, like samida or some pieces of wood, or maybe some dried cow dung, gobri jo bolte hai, wo dal ke, so that it needs to grow, that fire needs to grow. So you are making it to grow. Then you have to blow a little air, and then from that red hot fire, the flame will come. Then when the flame is there, you keep pouring ghee, the flame will continue to grow. If the flame is not there and fire is there, it will only smoke. If you pour more ghee on it, the fire will extinguish also. So these are all a little art. There is an art, there is a science to manage this fire. Correct? So like that, if my indriyas go to the vishayas, how? Charan. What is charan? The word, very beautiful word is used, charan. Charati. What is charati? Grazing. Grazing here and there. What do you mean by grazing? Unbridled freedom. कभी इधर जाएगा, सूंघ के देखेगा, पसंद आएगा, खा लेगा, उधर जाएगा, सूंघ के देखेगा. There is no path, or there is no plan, or there is no goal or anything. Either udar, just keep on wandering, wavering, and then keep on smelling. You like it, enjoy it. You like it, enjoy it. This is called charan. That is why animals graze. We eat. We don't graze. Okay. We eat. Today, jobs have become like grazing. 4 दिन ये पसंद नहीं है तो उधर जाओ, उधर नहीं पसंद है तो उधर जाओ. That is grazing. We eat, we don't graze. So Vishayan Indriyesh Charan, they may keep going. But one who has got the self mastery, Atma Vashyehi, for that person, what is he saying? He says, Ragadvesha Viyuktaistu. That self mastery means वो आग में घी नहीं डालते. अग्नये स्वाहा, और बढ़ने दो, और बढ़ने दो. नहीं, I don't even put the ghee. I don't try to extinguish it. It will die by itself. So my ragadvesha does not get ghee. Ragadvesha is the fire. It does not get the ghee of Vishaya. Vishayan Indriyesh Charan, that ghee is not put on to my ragadvesha. See, what is ragadvesha? One step back. Hopefully you know what is ragadvesha. Raga is not. What is raga? Not Bhairavi raga and all those things. Huh? Raga means attachment, wants, likes, desires. Dvesha means what? Security, protecting what I want. One is what I want, other is protecting what I want to grow it. So raga and dvesha. Now from where did this raga and dvesha come? From Vishaya. The Vishaya enkindles my raga dvesha. If the Vishaya is not there, my raga dvesha is simplicity. For example, in your mind, there is a potent thought, and I am saying potential thought. It is sleeping now. Huh? You are not even aware of it. I am aware of it, and I am going to tell you that I want to eat jalebi. Now this thought was in potential form. The moment I have told I want to eat jalebi, that raga dvesha have become active. Oh, jalebi, this should be the color, this should be the taste. From this shop only it should be, this should, everything comes out. Till that, where was it? Sleeping inside. Is it right? Nothing new came. That old memory only was enkindled. Why? In that fire called Ragadvesha, I put one ghee called that jalebi is tasty. Over. Why? My mind went to a jalebi, which I transferred it to you. Otherwise, your indriyas can go to any of these vishaya. You remember we are going to the bank, in between one smell, that fragrance stopped. Then I turned onion uttapa. This is adding ghee. This is adding ghee to the fire. Okay. So far as eyes are seen, very good. Onion uttapa, very nice. What else? Khushbu khaman kya hai? Very nice. Okay, let me continue to the bank. Means what? Ragadvesha viyuktaistu. Are you able to understand? Vishaya and Indriyesh will happen, but if I have that mastery and control, if I am the Swami, if I am the Hrishikesha, then I have complete control and mastery. If I have complete control and mastery, then I know to channelize it very well. Please understand one thing. We are not at all talking about suppression. Huh? Don't, our Shastra never allows to suppress anything. It will always allow to channelize everything. Is it clear? Why? If you suppress it, probably in that occasion it will get suppressed. But after that occasion, again when it comes, it will come with double the force now. It will retaliate double. So our Shastra never says suppress it. You remember in pranayama what word we use? Regulate. Don't control. Regulate. And this regulation is what is very clearly told. Slowly get the mastery of regulation. And when you get the mastery of regulation, it will not disturb you. There is no suppression. You know that the Vishaya and Indriya will continue to happen. My Ragadvesha is not going to be impacted by that. If my Ragadvesha is sleeping inside, they pretty well let them sleep. Why should I wake them up? I'm happy without waking them up. Is that clear? It is the story is how Wali. You have heard of Wali? Wali. What is the Shabda? Wali Shabda. What is the Shabda? At least one person.
Falling.
Nakaranta pullingaha valin shabdaha. Okay, correct. Now what about this Wali? This Wali, he had got a boon. What was the boon? Any opponent will come in front and fight. 50% of the power of the opponent, he will get it. Wali had a boon. Huh? Suppose I go in front of Wali to fight. 50% of my ability will automatically get transferred to Wali, and he will become stronger to that extent, and I will become weaker to that extent. This is a boon he has got. Okay. That is the reason Rama never came in front of Vali. We will learn in Ramodantam. Rama never came in front of Vali. He was always standing on the side behind the tree, and Sugriva used to go in front of Vali. Whenever Sugriva went in front of Vali, 50% of Sugriva's ability went to Vali. He used to get battered, hit badly, and come back. Again, he was only asked to go in front. Rama never went in front. If Rama would have gone, 50% of Rama's effort, the strength would go to Vali. Then Rama would also have to go off. So this particular boon Vali had. Now someone will ask, but is it right on Rama's part to stand behind and kill Vali? Isn't it wrong? Okay, we are digressing a little. Nothing to do with this particular. And for that, every king, if they did hunting, it is absolutely correct. The Dharma Shastra allows kings to hunt. Kshatriya can hunt. Vali was a monkey. So Rama hunting, never you go in front of that animal and kill. You always cover yourself incognito, somewhere in the side, behind some tree or something, and then you hit. That is hunting. If a lion comes, you don't go stand and say, I'm going to hunt you. Nothing. दूर से किधर से भी छिप के वार करते. That is hunting. So it is perfectly okay as per dharma for Rama to kill Vali standing behind the tree because it is hunting. हर एक का आंसर किधर ना किधर बैठा है यहाँ. Now, if he would have come in front, he would have lost. But Vali had to be killed. Why Vali was ahankara, had to be killed very clearly. छिप के वार करके ही मार सकते हैं उसको. सामने जाएगा तो our ahankara is like that. You try to fight it, it will come double. और जोर से आएगा. You are trying to kill me, I will not accept it. Okay. Now, same way, if you look at this, whenever we are, our indriyas go to any object, the object is Vali, and indriyas become the opponent. Are you able to get this now? Whenever the indriyas go in front of any object, the object is Vali. 50% of the indriyas power goes to the object. And the moment you fall a prey to that, over. समझ में आ रहा है? Don't make your object to become Vali. The indriya should become the Vali, and the object should become the opponent of Vali. Means what? I am Swami, Swa Ami. I am Rishika Isha, Rishikesha. Means what? I have the mastery to manage my indriyas. The Vishaya are nothing in front of me. Let anything come, useless. Doesn't matter to me. How to get this? It's very easily said. How to get this? This is where that if we convert it to a practical utility, then we can use it. If we don't convert it to practical utility, it only remains Krishna telling Arjuna, and we all saying, yes, yes, this is correct. This is perfectly right. But, sir, I don't think I can follow it. Then it is useless. How do you become Vali and the objects become opponent to Vali? And there's a very beautiful technique for this. How do they become strong? Tell me. If we know that way, how do they become strong? Then we have to do opposite of that, and then we will become strong. एक चोर चोरी कैसा करता है एक बार समझ में आए ना, इसके लिए वो पुलिस को चोर बनना पड़ता है. And once you understand that trick, then you will be उससे 2 कदम आगे रहेगी. Exactly like that. How does this object become a Vali? And I become a Dasa. I am Vali Das. Okay. If you can have one common name, I am so and so Mr. Vishaya Das. I am Mrs. Vishaya Das or Dasi. Vishaya Dasi. We can call ourselves, no problem. Why we are not Swami? Every time, how does this Vishaya become the Swami and I remain as the Das? There's only one reason how I every time become a das and that becomes a Swami. You know why? Every time, whenever these two come in sanghata or a confrontation or come together, I have only one wish. I should remove that from the Ishvara Srishti and bring it to my Srishti. Yes or no? Anytime a Vishaya comes, what does the Indriya do? I need it. It should come from Ishvara Srishti to my Srishti. The moment I think like that, that Vishaya has become Vali and I become the Das. Are we able to get this? You can nod your head, you can say yes, you can say no, something you tell me. Are you able to get this? Because every time this happens, only one thought I have, how to remove it from there, that setup, and bring it to my setup. And whenever I have this thought, I am giving a boon to the Vishaya. You are the Vali and I am the Dasa. Now, if we know this, what is happening, what is a trick? Whenever the Vishaya comes in front of the Indriya, you have to wink and say, I will not allow you to become Vali. You be where you are. I don't want you in my setup. I will not make it a Vishaya. You be in Ishvara Srishti only. You're very beautiful. That rose is so beautiful. I really like and appreciate it when it is on the tree. When it is on the plant, I really appreciate it. That onion uttapa smell is perfectly okay when it is coming from that restaurant and others are eating it. I'm so happy that people are enjoying it. What happens? We are not doing Agnaye, Swaha, and making that Vishaya Vali and becoming a Dasa. Are we able to get this trick? Try this trick. Try it out. 5 times try it out. And if you come out at least 3 times positive, you will say, good job done, good job done. Acha idea ye. I don't have any feeling of left out कि मेरे पास ये नहीं है. No है. ईश्वर का सृष्टि में I am in that Ishvara Srishti. It is also there. I am very happy it is there. I am very happy all are enjoying. Looking at that, I am enjoying it. It is for everyone. I don't need it for myself alone. Correct? Because 2 times we do one thing, that becomes a way. 2 times you come and sit in one particular position in the class. From next time, people will keep that place for you. No, that person will come and sit, I will sit somewhere else. That is how you are making that Vishaya. Able to get this. Okay, that is why Raga Dvesha Viyukta istu. How do you do Vimukta of Raga Dvesha? In spite of Vishayan Indriyahi Charan. I cannot stop Vishayan Indriyahi Charan. Indriya will go to Vishaya. Guna Guneshu Vartan. It will continue because that's its job. Let that continue. That is Bhagavan Srishti. This Indriyas have to go to Vishaya. The problem is if I continue to make it a Vishaya, if I make it only as one part of Ishvara Srishti, it will remain there. If I make it a Vishaya, I am removing from Ishvara Srishti and bringing in my Srishti. The moment I try to do that, that person is strong. No, this exactly happens in business negotiations. The moment you're sitting on a negotiating table with an opponent, he's clearly an opponent. Let's be clear. Either you lose or he loses. Don't talk of win-win situation and all here. That is good in books. If there is something limited, if I am going to get the price, he is going to lose the value. So it is that way. So when you sit on a negotiating table, the moment you expose your weakness, the other person capitalizes on that. He becomes the Vali. Indriyas going to Vishaya, and the moment you have shown your weakness in that, the other person has capitalized on it. Every Vishaya is a beautiful negotiating partner. They are very, 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 very intelligent. Every Vishaya. The moment the Indriya goes like a dasa, ajao, come to my party, coalition party, half of your strength has gone there. समझ में आ रहा है? Is it clear? So the moment we know that we have to just continue that Vishaya is fantastic. It is very good there. So few exercises you can do. You can go to Viviana Mall with a very clear objective. I will go to do full window shopping, appreciate all the dresses. Wow, this is fantastic. This is so nice. Very good. Like this dress I have not seen. After that, comma. Then you have to say on the mannequin inside the shop. I really appreciate it on the mannequin. The mannequin looks so beautiful. Inside the shop, it looks so nice. इतना लाइट वाइट रखे इतना चमक रहा है किधर मेरा घर पे इतना लाइट है. So it will look dull only, na? So it is very good there. Like that, do some exercise, then go to further little more, go to the fifth floor or fourth floor, the food court, move around. Oh, very good. This kulfi is fantastic here. How nicely it is cold there. If I eat it, the temperature will go up, correct? And my temperature will also go up, correct? Like that, we have to do some amount of exercise to make our Indriyas as Swami and Vishaya Dasa experiments. How to make Vishaya Das and how to make my Indriya Swami. Do some experiments. Whichever one is becoming, you see that this is becoming a Swami, that position you should not be. जो अपना घर पे एक पोजीशन रहता है, ऑफिस पे एक पोजीशन रहता है, उसका आजू बाजू में है तो क्या होता है देखो, someone tries to come near that also. Like that, I have my position of my Vishaya, my Indriyas. The Vishaya cannot do chori of it. I will not let go my Indriyas that way. समझ में आ रहा है? So if you practice it, then you will start understanding the benefit of it and that feeling of, oh, I am now not disturbed. If you avoid it, it is suppression. If you suppress it, it is suppression. If someone says no, no, the more and more they confront, one day I will get satisfied. Sorry, that never works. Dukkha mishritatvam, atraptikaratvam. You know what is, all those things are sitting. He has got, that Vishaya, he has got 3 arrows and sitting. The moment the Indriya comes, he will leave one by one arrow. Atraptikaratvam arrow. पकड़ लिया, चलो जकड़ लो अंदर. दुख मिश्रितत्व मैरो डाल दिया, पकड़ लो, खींचो. समझ में आ रहा है? And what we have to do? Never become a prey to these 3 arrows. For that, say you are where you are. Only when you come to the battlefield, you'll have to use your arrows, right? I am happy where I am, you're happy where you are. You keep the arrows in your pocket, you be James Bond in front of someone else. Don't be James Bond in front of me. Is it clear? What more nicely can Krishna teach? The secret. And if you learn this art, you know what you get? You know that Tirupati gives big laddus. Prasadam adhigachati. Biggest prasadam you have got in life. What is that prasadam? Manashantihi. My mind will be always calm and composed. How nicely Krishna is taking Arjuna. Why? That was the problem in the by the giving Sthita Prajna as an example. Vyasacharya and Krishna are hitting back at Arjuna. Why? Arjuna had this problem of Raga Dvesha, not Viyukta, Sayukta is tu. Vishayan Indriya is Charan. His Raga Dvesha were Drona and Bhishma. Indriya Charan. They became very strong. And this guy lost his composure. When he lost his composure, Gandivam Sramsate Hastad, Buddhi has gone, everything has gone. 63rd Sloka starts. Krodad Bhavati Sammoha, Sammohat Smriti Vibrama, Smriti Bramshat, Buddhinasho, Buddhinashat Pranashyati. He takes his Swadharma, says, I don't want to do it, I want to do someone else's Dharma, takes sannyasa. Are we able to connect this? How nicely in the Sthita Prajna example, how nicely Krishna and Vyasa are hitting back and teaching Arjuna, this is your problem. A very structural deduction of where diagnosis of the problem. A proper diagnosis of the problem is being done here. Is it clear? Then this prasadam is very clearly manashantihi, equipoise of the mind. Mind is calm. Now tell me, this shloka, 64th shloka, relates to what? It relates to jnanam or it relates to karma yoga? Is it jnana yoga related or is it karma yoga related? Is it karma yoga or jnana yoga?
Karma yoga to get jnana yoga.
It is karma yoga related, that's all. To jnana yoga and all we'll see later. This is not jnana yoga.
No.
If I have that equipoise mind, then only something can happen. If we don't have an equipoise mind, be sure nothing can happen. First is, I need to have a calm, equipoised mind. How do I get it? By Raga Dvesha Viyuktaistu Vishayan Indriyaicharan Atma Vashyer Videyatma Prasadam Adhigachari. This prasadam is equipoised mind. And that is karma yoga. With every karma I do, if I don't have attachment with the phalam, and if I say it is Bhagavan's prasadam, that's what I have done. I have never brought a Vishaya to myself. It is now all in Ishvara Srishti. And whenever I do it with that attitude, I have no problem. I may be doing hundreds of things. It is like applying nice oil or wearing a nice PPE without holes and getting into the COVID ward, not at all getting infected. Applying nice oil, cutting that jackfruit. More than COVID, I think jackfruit is a better example. Correct? Perfectly, because COVID also we don't know, we can't see, but this jackfruit sticking is very clear. Bandhagatvam is perfect in that. Okay, so if you want that, Apply this karma yoga. Raga dvesha viyukta istu is karma yoga. Vishayan indriyacharan. Continue doing. The yoga part is raga dvesha viyukta istu. Karma part is vishayan indriyacharan. Correct? And what do you get out of that? Prasadam adhigacchati. Shamaha, damaha, tapa, titiksha, shraddha, samadhanam. Shamadhi shatka sampatti I get out of that. Yes or no? Correct? Yes. Then we will see what happens. Prasade sarva dukkhanam hanirasyopajayate prasanna chetaso hyashuhu buddhih paryavatishthate. Okay. Here prasade sarva dukkhanam hanihi asya upajayate. Prasade sarva dukkhanam hanihi asya upajayate. Prasanna chetasaha hi, small hi, ashu buddhihi paryavatishthate. Okay. Prasanna chetasaha hi ashu buddhihi paryavatishthate. Yes, paryavatishthate. Pari plus avatishthate. Avatishthate. Tishtha in Atmanepadi. Tisthate, tisthete, tisthante. Tisthase, tisthete, tisthadve. Tishthe, tishtavahe, tishtamahe. Okay. Stha. So, paryavatishthate is lat. Atmanepadi lat. Kartari. Or even karmani it will be okay. So, ashuhu paryavatishthate. Buddhihi paryavatishthate. Okay. Let us see the Anvaya. Prasade asya prasade sarva dukkhanam hanihi upajayate. Prasade asya sarva dukkhanam hanihi upajayate. Prasanna chetasaha hi buddhihi ashuhu paryavatishthate. Prasanna chetasaha hi buddhi ashuhu paryavatishthate. What is the meaning? And if you see the meaning, it becomes very clear. Prasade. In prasada. Saptami ekavachanaha. In prasada. What is prasada?
Mental equipoise.
Yeah. So, in tranquil mind, in equipoised mind, in serene mind, in a calm and composed mind. Okay. Prasade. Asya. That sarva dukkhanam hanihi. Okay, hanihi means destruction. Sarva dukkhanam, all the miseries. Hi upajayate. Hanihi upajayate takes place. So in an equipoised mind only, all the miseries are killed, or killing of all miseries takes place. What is this killing of all miseries? What is killing of all miseries? Ekajnanena sarvajnanam bhavati. Jnana nishtha. Correct? Abhayam sarvabhutebhyah. Bhayam. I will not get bhayam because of anyone. I will not be a source of bhayam for anyone. Abhayam sarvabhutebhyah. Okay. So hanihi asya upajayate sarva dukkhanam. All the dukkha. That means what is remaining? Only sukha. Atyantika sukha. Not aupcharika sukha. Vyavaharika sukha will come and go. Atyantika sukha is what? Moksha. This prasade means in equipoise mind only. This moksha jnanam will take place. Okay. So how much ever we understand, if the mind is disturbed, it will not be a very, very strong, firm knowledge. For that, the mind has to be equipoised. For that, we have to do the sadhanas. Now, prasanna chetasaha, he, in such a mind, okay, ashuhu, very soon, buddhihi. Here, what does buddhi mean? Here, buddhi is not intellect. Buddhi means jnanam. Here, buddhi means jnanam. Paryavatishthate, it becomes firm. Okay, if our mind is not equipoised, then jnanam, atma jnanam, what we have also dwindles. If someone comes and tells something else, yes, that could also be right. Third person, this could also be right. Why? My mind is not firm. It does not see. How does it work? Before, there are two aspects which a farmer does. Pre-sowing of seed, post-sowing of seed. In pre-sowing of seed, he will work on the field, he will work on the land, he will remove all, he will remove the weeds, he will remove things which are going to be bad for the crop, right? He will put few things which are required to make the soil healthy. Then at the right time, he will sow the seed, he will sow the right quality seed. Okay, then after sowing the seed, then post sowing, there are going to be various other operations, protecting the plant, nurturing the plant, so that the yield comes. Once the yield comes, remove it and make the best. So like that, prasade is tilling the land, buddhihi paryavatishthate is growing the right crop, taking care of it, getting the best produce. Is it clear? Is this without, and he gives a sequence. An equipoised mind will help to remove all miseries. Removing all miseries means removing the weeds out. That land is very, very fertile, and when buddhi is sown on it, ashuhu paryavatishthate, very quickly it becomes firm, because the soil is very good, the rains are perfect, everything is perfect, the tree will grow very well and will give you the best produce. Means what? Without prasanna chetasaha, without prasada buddhi, this particular jnanam will not give jnana phalam. For jnanam to get converted to jnana phalam, you need a prasada buddhi. Are we able to get this? Correct? This prasada is only prasada buddhi which was told earlier. That means mind is very clean, very calm, equipoised. Then when jnanam is there, that jnanam removes all the sarva dukkhanam hanihi, and then ashuhu paryavatishtate. It will just spread, establish itself, and make it available. Correct? This is what happens in nididhyasanam. Understand this. In nididhyasanam, this is what happens. But the problem is, in case I have not done pre-sowing work properly, I have not done my karma yoga, upasana yoga properly, I have come directly to jnana yoga. Along with the tree, you will have weeds, you will have other things. Then you will have to spend more time to work on it, because without hurting the tree, you have to do now. Without hurting the plant, you have to do it now. And they are very much stuck with the plant. And this is where nididhyasanam will take a long time. And you will start feeling kshurasya dhara nihita. It is as though walking on a sharp razor. Duratyaya, durgam patham. But if that first part is done very well before sowing the seed, it is no more kshurasya dhara. The moment the teacher tells this is jnanam, it is very clear. With little mananam, I don't have to do nididhyasanam, because I have just changed myself instantaneously. Like Karna, when he saw Kunti, and when Kunti told him, then he didn't have to do nididhyasanam. Right? Like that, प्रसादे सर्वदुःखानां हानिः अस्यो उपजायते प्रसन्न चेतसो हि आशु बुद्धिः पर्यवतिष्ठते. अस्य प्रसादे सर्वदुःखानां हानिः उपजायते प्रसन्न चेतसः हि बुद्धिः आशुः पर्यवतिष्ठते. Are you able to get this clearly? Yeah. So with this, what did he do? Krishna brought a he focused on the most important thing, which is Indriya Nigraha, and he has subtly told Mano Nigraha and Nididhyasanam as two other. But the whole focus in all these shlokas are Indriya Nigraha. The moment Indriya Nigraha is there, the Vishaya automatically loses its ability to overpower us. That becomes a very fertile land for sowing the Atma Jnana seed. The teacher can teach better, you can understand it better, mind is very focused, it is not disturbed, going to various Vishaya, and it is focused only on one thought, Atma Jnanam, and with Mananam, Nididhyasanam required is very less, and then you get the fruit of that, which is what? Sarva dukkhanam hanihi buddhi paryavatishtate. And what is that? I get moksha. Clear? That is what is sthita prajna benefit. Is it clear? Okay. Okay. We'll go to the next one. Nasti buddhirayuktasya nacha yuktasya bhavana nacha vabhayata shantihi ashantasya kutas sukham. Nasti buddhirayuktasya nacha yuktasya bhavana nacha vabhayata shantihi ashantasya kutas sukham. Okay, another beautiful one. You know, this is an age-old technique. I will tell you this technique. Before that, we will see what is the Anvaya and Padabhaga. First is Padabhaga. Na asti buddhihi. Na asti buddhihi. Ayuktasya. Ayuktasya. Na cha ayuktasya bhavana. Na cha ayuktasya bhavana. Na cha abhavayatah shantihi. Na cha abhavayatah shantihi. Ashantasya kutaha sukham. I'll repeat it. Na asti buddhihi ayuktasya na cha ayuktasya bhavana na cha abhavayatah shantihi ashantah asya kutah sukham. What is the Anvaya? Very, very simple. I think this you all should explain now. Ayuktasya buddhihi na asti. Ayuktasya buddhihi na asti. Ayuktasya cha bhavana na in bracket asti. Ayuktasya bhavana cha na in bracket asti. Abhavayatah cha shantihi na bracket asti. Abhavayatah cha shantihi na in bracket asti. Ashantasya sukham kutaha. Ashantasya sukham kutaha. Is it clear? See, there is an age-old technique. There is a boy who is more or less in his teens, 8th standard, 9th standard. Typically till 7th standard, you come, you learn, you focus, you are able to get good marks. And then slowly after 8th standard, the scorecard starts sliding down from A plus to A to B plus, little by little. Okay, in every unit test or whatever, periodicals. So, there was a Lalaji's son. So, this Lalaji called, Sonny, come here. Yes, Papa. This Swami Chinmayananda story. Very nice story. 3rd chapter he has told this. Come here, Sonny. Okay. See, you had been studying very well. Of late, your scorecard is not reflecting your effort. I have only one son. I have such a big empire of my business. It is all for you. It is everything for you. You study well. I'm waiting when you will complete your studies and take over everything. By the time I will ensure that it grows manifold. In case you fail in the next examination, I will do my last investment for the love for your mother. I will invest 5,000 rupees and buy a handcart for you and fill it with vegetables. And you go out on the sun, tore, and sell it. Every sunny son will understand that. Okay, this is how the Shastra teaches. You do this, this is good for you. If you don't this is what is going to happen. So when both are shown, every normal, intelligent person will understand this. Exactly like that, Krishna taught everything to dear Arjuna. And then also showed him the true picture of where that Buddha is standing now. Tore in the sun. समझ में आ रहा है? In this sloka said, okay, nasti buddhihi ayuktasya. For ayuktaha buddhihi nasti. What is buddhihi? Atmajnanam. What is ayuktaha? Ayuktaha means what? Yuktaha is what? Eligible, capable. Okay. Ayuktaha means what? Ineligible, incapable. Who is incapable and who is ineligible for buddhi? Who doesn't have sadhana chatushtaya? Correct? So, for a person who doesn't have sadhana chatushtaya, for that person, where will be the buddhi? Where is jnanam? Okay. Ayuktasya buddhihi nasti. Okay. Then what did he say? Ayuktasya bhavana cha na asti. What is bhavana? See, if I own a house, I have ownership of the house, and then I can enjoy staying in that house. Two benefits. Two separate benefits, correct? If I own a house, I have ownership of the house, which is the first benefit. Because I have the ownership, I may not have ownership, but if I have a house, I stay in it, I still can enjoy the house. If I don't have a house, I have no ownership also, I have no enjoyment also. So if I'm ineligible, Atmajnanam anyway is not going to be there. Forget it. वो तो बहुत दूर की बात है. It says, Ayuktasya bhavana hi nasti. That means if I don't get Atmajnanam, why did I not get Atmajnanam? Because I am ineligible. Why I am ineligible? Because I don't have sadhana chatushtaya. If I don't have sadhana chatushtaya means what? My mind is not equipoise. If my mind is not equipoise means what? My bhavanas, my emotional stability is not there. Bhava samshuddhi is not there. Okay, forget jnanam. But you will have a disturbed mind. You will also not have a equipoise mind. Forget Atmajnanam. At least gain equipoised mind. A tranquil mind. A stable mind. A strong, good, emotional mind. A strong mind. Not emotions which are fragile, moving wherever. You be the Swami and have a very good, stable mind. Where your emotional EQ is very high. Right? So he says, बुद्धि नास्ति अयुक्तस्य. वो भी चला गया, वो तो मिलने वाला ही नहीं है. बट उससे एक स्टेप नीचे भावना च नास्ति. Does it stop there? If I don't have a stable emotional mind, what happens? Abhavayataha. Without this bhavana, shantihi nasti. If I don't have a proper emotional mind, I will not have equipoise. I will not have relaxed mind. It will always be disturbed. Atom bomb, waiting for something to go, it will be like rocket sing. Udte hi rahega. Are we able to get this? How he is breaking it? See, buddhi nasti, jnanam nasti, bhavana nasti, equipoise mind is not there. If equipoise mind is not there, shanti nasti. I don't have relaxation also. Chanchalam hi manah Krishna. After telling all this, he is going to ask her, Chanchalam hi manah Krishna. Are for the chanchalatvam to remove only, I am telling all this. Okay. And if this mind doesn't have shanti, where is sukham, happiness? I am never satisfied. I am always और चाहिए ये नहीं है चिड़चिड़ा मन every time comparing and complaining. This ashantasya kutas sukham is only talking about yama. Are we getting it? From there you can move shantihi. From there you can further go bhava samshuddhihi. From there you can go further that buddhihi. Is it clear? Huh? So, in short, it is ayuktasya. Ayukta means indisciplined, in short. Ayuktasya, for an indisciplined or ineligible. Indisciplined is coming. That is how you are becoming ineligible. Buddhihi nasti. Correct? For an indisciplined person, bhavana. Bhavana also means contemplation. Huh? Tranquil mind will allow you to contemplate. That is not there. For such a mind, shantihi nasti. Correct? There is no peace of mind, and then there is no happiness in that mind, or there is no relaxation in that mind. Every time that mind is jumping, I have to achieve something more I have to achieve, something more I have to achieve, always running behind. Is it clear? So, what is the root cause? Indisciplined mind. Is it clear? न च वा भयतः शान्तिः अशान्तस्य कुतः सुखम्. Yeah. So, ayukta buddhihi nasti. Knowledge does not arise on an indisciplined mind. Contemplation or dhyana is not possible for bhava samshuddhi in a disciplined mind, where there is no emotional stability, there won't be shanti. Shanti is also focus, peace. There won't be peace and focus. And for such a mind, where is happiness? बहुत दूर की बात है. We are not even referring to आत्यंतिक happiness, apekshika happiness. There are some people, they will say, I want this thing. You just go ensure that that person gets that. By the time the person knows that it is now in their domain, they have already jumped to the next one. Not even waiting to experience and enjoy what they have got now. Ready to jump to the next. No, this is okay, but what about this? Ashantasya kutas sukham. jumping always from tree to tree, tree to tree, in search of what? They themselves don't know. A very, very, and this is the main. So, first is a disciplined mind, and that discipline has to be cultivated. It doesn't come. That is Samskrita Manaha. Naturally, Prakrita Mana is indisciplined mind. Every Indriya will go to Vishaya. Discipline it there. Once that gets disciplined, automatically, first comes Apekshika Sukha. From Apekshika Sukha, you are able to have some peace of mind. Okay, from relaxed mind to a peace of mind. That's a much higher level of that mind being stable. It will not just get suddenly moved. That becomes a place where contemplation is possible, focus, meditation is possible. And there only, when you culture it further, jnanam can come. Okay, so in case indirectly Arjuna is telling, Krishna is telling, in case, my dear Arjuna, if you continue with Ashanta Manaha, convert Ashanta Manaha to Prashanta Manaha. See, the moment I say Prashanta Manaha, where did the mind go? Prashanta Karnaraha. Correct? See, this is what is called Indriya going to Vishaya. So, Prashanta Manaha, when that mind is calm, automatically the rest will come easily. So, bring that vehicle in the right direction. That's the first thing. And for that right direction, you, this mind, who are the reins of that horse or who is holding that steering wheel, need to be very disciplined, need to regulate. And that is why our karma system also has given kamya karma. How can I continue to do the karma and also ensure that my legitimate desires are taken care? That is karma, karma kanda. Okay, only when we do that, that mind gets firm in a discipline to do action the way it should be done with the right attitude. Then slowly go to Nishkama Karma. Change the Sankalpa. Nishkama Karma. So more and more when we do, the mind is now getting much and much relaxed, much more contemplative, because there is nothing which is going to come for our Raga Dvesha. Vishayas are there, Indriyas are there, Charan is there, but it is not coming to Raga Dvesha. Then in that contemplative mind, Jnanam is firm. If Jnanam is not happening, check the mind. Is it contemplative? If it is not a contemplative mind, it cannot be a peaceful mind. If it is not a peaceful mind, you don't have even apekshika sukham. Just that gratitude, acceptance, happiness, कुछ भी joy है ही नहीं. Ever waiting for something more, something more, something more, something more to happen. ये मिला तो I'll be happy. ये मिला तो I'll be happy. And that is no end. Because everything from outside is going to give you this three problem: bandhakatvam, atraptikaratvam, dukkha mishritatvam. Okay. Are we going to satisfy this mind by going out? No. From 100 it will go to 1,000, 1,000 to lakh. Laksheshaha, Kshitipalakaha, Kshitipalakaha, Chakreshaha. Then Vishnu, Vishnoho, Shivapadam, Brahmapadam, Vishnupadam, Shivapadam. Gatim, where is the end to it? There's no end to it. Okay. So if we put a full stop, then there is an end. And how do we put the full stop? Tell that you are fantastic where you are. And you know a bigger way You know, a bigger way to look at it, and that's really a much better way to look at it. Rather than saying, I am there, you be in Ishvara Srishti. Correct? What are you trying to do? So that this Vishaya doesn't become Vali. I am where I am. Because what is required is self discipline. For self discipline, what we have told? Krishna tells, you be where you are, let the Vishaya be in Ishvara Srishti. Correct? Whenever you tell that, indirectly what you are telling, I am not in Ishvara Srishti. Think about it. Huh? But suppose we tell, hey, I am also in Ishvara Srishti, you are also in Ishvara Srishti, I am anytime, at all times enjoying what you are. Are you able to get that? I am also in this Ishvara Srishti. I am Ishvara Srishti, not there. I am Ishvara Srishti, you are Ishvara Srishti. We both are always in contact. That Purnatvam comes in. Correct? That is a much better way because then it is, we both are one starts there itself. Are we getting? If you want to go to that final, look at it here itself like that. I am in any way Ishvara Srishti. You are also in Ishvara Srishti. What is the requirement of you to come to my Srishti? Because I don't have anything called my Srishti. If I am in Ishvara Srishti, I am staying in a rental house. I have nothing called ownership in that house. Then in that rental house, should I cry for some painting which has gone off? Why? Anyway, it is rental. Na? Why should I cry? You will not feel like crying. Will you have the same attitude in your own owned house versus where you are staying in a rental house? Tell me. House being the same. Huh? Yes, you will say, I keep it clean and all. That all will be there. But thoda plus minus samjho. Hua. How much intense is the feeling at ownership house versus a rental house? So the moment you consider that everything is rental house, anyway we are paying guest, Vishaya is also paying guest, I am also paying guest. Why should it come to my house? Are we getting it? समझ में आ रहा है? Outlooks are only different. The moment outlook changes, that inner strength automatically comes. You get an inner strength. And that once it starts working, that's a very big booster. Then you are not at all interested someone telling or someone seeing it, or you will, that becomes your nature. If that becomes a nature, then mind will always be calm. There's nothing to be pulled by the mind. Okay, so in these shlokas, very, very clearly, Vyasacharya and Krishna have given that very high importance of Indriya Nigraha, from their Mano Nigraha. Not only that Nididhyasanam, but Nididhyasanam will be dealt in detail in chapter 6. Mano Nigraha is told little, it will be dealt later on. Indriya Nigraha and Karma in detail will be told in the 3rd chapter. But Indriya Nigraha is the focus. And using Sthita Prajna example, they are correctly communicating to. So, if you want to look at it only from Arjuna's perspective, you can. If you want to look at it broad way, like all Sthita Prajna itself, where Arjuna is not a Sthita Prajna, still it is valid. Okay, and this is clearly the cause for everything. The moment you touch this cause and nip it at the bud, that means we have to be very, very sensitive. Vishayan Indriyaish Charan. That in Bhagavad Gita, 2nd chapter, they have told that is the only reason for moksha or you falling down. Attachment of the Indriya to the Vishaya, making the Vishaya strong, Keeping it away, no problem. You are still with it. It is part of, we both are part of Ishvara Srishti. I am happy, you be happy. And I continue what I am supposed to do. Mind will be equipoised. Equipoised mind becomes contemplative. Contemplative mind is a highly fertile land for Atma Vidya. When Atma Vidya knowledge comes, all the more you will practice Vidheyatma Vishayan Indriyaischarana. In case you miss Atma Vidya, means what? You have missed even Apekshika Sukham. Forget Atyantika. You will not even be happy whatever you get. That is a sense of dissatisfaction, disappointment, craving, not enough, that that thought of limitation, everything is limited. Just imagine, huh? For a second, let us imagine. See what we do, and it happens with even things which are not material. Huh? That law of limitation fits in very fast without us knowing also. We never can imagine that there is unlimited resources. How much ever you take will not be a problem. For example, if someone takes 2 buckets of water from the sea, another person takes 2 tankers of water from the sea, another person takes tons and tons of water from the sea, will the sea become less? So there is no limitation, right? With such a situation, will you be worried about it? Suppose you have got 100 rupees, someone takes 90 rupees, someone takes 20 rupees. Will that be of a different concern to you? Because there is limitation which is there. It is not what the question of taking, but how much I am retaining, because it is limited. Okay, this limitation not only works for material, it also works for many other things. Simple thing, you take love, limitation of love. If one person likes one person, it is expected that he cannot like equally the other person, either me or you. Why? There is a limitation which we have superimposed on it. In reality, it is not there. Not only in material, even in very, very subtle things, emotions, this limitation sits in. Just imagine if we consider there is limited air. If others starts breathing, all I'm imagining that all these students sitting here are all attended yoga and they all do pranayam and they've been doing for many years, and thereby their ability of breathing has improved, and thereby they are able to take more oxygen. So if we put all of you all in one room, then all should fight. Why? We all have got more capability of breathing. So less oxygen will be available for me. See how much we feel it is funny, na? Yeah, but this limitation we superimpose on ourselves when it is not there. And with that superimposition of limitation, fear sets in. Are we able to get this? Raga Dvesha Viyuktestu Vishayan Indriyeshcharan is exactly, we put a limitation, fear sets in, then I need it, I'm not bothered whether other gets it or not. And that's where this mind starts becoming corrupted. So have discipline, have that acceptance that everyone will get their share, what is there for them. I just continue to do my things. Clear? Is this clear? We'll continue in the next class with shloka number
67.
67. And what is the 67 shloka? The 67 shloka is Indriyanam hi charatam yanmanonu vidiyate. So he completes this topic. In case indisciplined mind is there, how does it work? Again, the second part, बच्चे को तोरे तोरे का second example. पहला एग्जाम्पल हो गया, अभी सेकेंड एग्जाम्पल देने वाला है, एंड ही विल क्लोज दिस टॉपिक. ओके, Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.
Hari Om.
Hari Om.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.